I don't know why I did farting noises. Maybe because I can. I don't know. What's going on, you guys? The Keith Carnes here. It is March 18th. It is 2:30 a.m. and before I went to bed, I thought to myself, I want to upload something, but I don't want to bring a gameplay, so why not bring something entertaining other than a gameplay, and a review of Forza Horizon for the Xbox 360. This is an Xbox exclusive, so those of you on PS3 only, this is a game you miss out on, and you are missing out if you ask me. This game is exclusive, like I already stated, for the Xbox 360. As you've now seen the cover, we can get on to the review. Okay, so I picked up the Forza Horizon for $33. I'm sorry, $35. No, I'm an idiot. $38 now it comes to mind. I picked it up for about 38 bucks. Got it on sale. It's originally pretty much everywhere else, Walmart, Target, every Fry's. It's like $59.99. I went to Fry's, got it price checked, matched the Amazon.com price for $37.99. Boom, bitch, got it. So I got it for a little over 20 bucks off. So anyway, let's take a look. First, I'm going to list my pros and cons, what I did like about the game, what I didn't like about the game, and give you an overall rating from either 1 being a horrible game and 5 being an excellent, flawless, damn near flawless game, or flawless game. So let's start with the pros, and we're going to list my top 5. Now remember that these reviews are simply my opinion, and they don't reflect necessarily what you believe. You could think this game is perfect, you could think this game is beyond horrible, and you're very well welcome to your opinion. But this is my video, this is my YouTube channel, and this is a video and a channel where I express my opinions on what I'm talking about. And today we are talking about Forza Horizon. If you're wondering what this fucking thing is, it's a fucking cut. I don't know how it got there, but it's actually fucking annoying me because it hurts. Anyway, the pros, listing my top 5. Now pros, if you don't really understand what that means, it means the good. Pros are like good stuff, you know, and cons are what are bad. So we're going to go over the good stuff first. Number 1 is great detail in every car. Interior, car sounds, speeds, etc. What this means is the interior. Let's start with that. The interior of the cars are extremely detailed. I have never played a racing game that has detailed the interior better. PGR4 was pretty close, but this game I think takes the cake, especially at nighttime driving. When you're driving at night and your lights come on that car, on any car you're driving, and the inside dashboard with your speedometer, you know, and all that stuff lights up, especially like the Ferrari Enzo. Oh my God, it looks magnificent. Definitely a good, fun experience. Next up is car sounds. I was really impressed with the way they got these car sounds down pretty much right on. Some of my favorite car sounds are the Ferrari F40, the F50, the Enzo, the Lamborghini Aventador, the Lamborghini Murcielago SV, the Lamborghini not Diablo but Countach, and the Diablo. Actually, I think the Diablo would be I think it would be the most realistic sounding out of all the cars in the game, and I've driven pretty much all of them. Speeds. As far as speed goes, pretty much every car is right on the money. Before upgraded, pretty much every car does about what it's put on, so in real life. So it's pretty cool to see they're not outrageous with all the speeds. All the speeds are pretty realistic until you start upgrading. Number 2, the open world experience. Now this is a big plus, and this is what sold me on Forza Horizon. Had it not been for them moving to the open world and competing with, like, you know, the likes of Test Drive Unlimited, I would have probably never have picked up this game, or at least not picked it up until I hit maybe the $20, you know, grab and pick bin. But since it was open world, and I saw that the ultra realism from Forza 3 and 4 was coming over to an open world game like Test Drive Unlimited, I was like, awesome, this is definitely going to be cool. So that's a big plus. Number 3, an actual storyline. I mean, how can you go wrong with this? If you're a person that's played and beat Forza Horizon, you know that they actually have a meaning to you playing these races. And that, I never played Forza 4, but that's what was missing in Forza 3, and I'm pretty sure in 4, is it was always closed circuit track, and there was no story. You weren't racing for any reason except just to buy other cars to race on a track. And if you really look back after getting this open world experience in Horizon, Forza 3 and 4 were extremely pointless games. I mean, all they were was racing around in a gigantic circle, and that's all you did. The fact that I actually put hours and hours and almost got every achievement in Forza 3 boggles my mind. Number 4, lots of DLC to choose from, including some free cars. I've always liked this about Forza, and they've been doing it at least since Forza 3. Maybe Forza 2, I never played those. I only played Forza 3 and Horizon. Now, they've been doing this since Forza 3 that I know of, and I really like this because they bring, every time they bring out a DLC pack, or most of the time they bring out a car pack, they give you a free car out of it for no cost. And that is awesome. I mean, yeah, it may not be the best car in the pack, but it's still absolutely free, and I like that. Now, of course, with, you know, Forza being an older game, well, it's not older, but I've already beat it, and, you know, we're getting ready to, you know, switch over to the next generation, PS4, Xbox 720. The DLC is not something I'm ever going to invest in. I might buy a couple cars here and there, you know, maybe in the near future. There's a couple cars I'd like to purchase, but other than maybe 1, 2, 3 at the most, that's not really something I'm into. But if it's what you're into, believe me, they have tons of DLC, and they have a lot of cool cars to pick from. Number 5, and the final pro that I picked, great online options such as free roam, racing, infected, and custom paint jobs from other people to pick from. Like, you can purchase it from their storefronts. Now, I know none of this is new. I don't know about infected, and obviously free roam is new. Being able to drive around with people free roam is pretty cool. I mean, you can cruise around, you know, it's a simulation game to a point. You can cruise around with people, have street races. It's pretty fun. Not a bad community. There's a couple douchebags online, but that comes with the territory of playing online. Racing was cool. I won my first race, lost my second race, and that's all I've done. I've only done 2 races, so I'm 1-1. Not bad if that's what you're into, but I don't really like racing people online because they like to play dirty, and it pisses me off. Infected is definitely my favorite game mode. I think I'm ranked 32. Yeah, I'm ranked 32 going on 33 online, first prestige or whatever it's called. Pretty cool. But it gets really old fast, and we'll get into what's broken about that game mode later. And custom paint jobs. This is, I think, the coolest part of the online community, is that you can actually go online and you can get some of the coolest creations out there. I did this in Forza 3. I'm doing it in Forza Horizon. It's really cool what some people create, and there's some serious artists out there that definitely deserve the recognition and the money they earn off of their creations, because some of them have just made me like, you know, just like, holy shit, how the fuck did somebody muster up the ability to create a game, to create a design so detailed and so magnificent? It's pretty amazing. So those are the good things that I personally liked about the game. There's more, but those are the ones that stood out the most to me. Now the cons, these are the top 5 that stood out the most to me that I didn't like about the game. Number 1 is unrealistic handling. This has always been a problem in the Forza series. In Forza 3, it was horrible. I don't understand why I'm driving a multi-million-dollar car like a Bugatti Veyron. I'm braking, doing 60 around a non-sharp corner. It's not sharp, it's a regular corner, and I can't make it, and it crashes into the wall. It has always pissed me off, and and unfortunately, when I played the demo of Forza 4, I saw it there, and it kind of, to a point, it's not as bad, but it still returns in Forza Horizon. This is a problem. And the thing that I hate the most is my car spinning out when I fully upgrade it. Now, I don't know if there's a way to tune the car perfectly to make it handle 100%, but there's some cars that when you pump them up to like 800, 900 horsepower, when you slam on the gas, or, you know, you take off at first, the car is so annoying to drive. I find myself never using it, such as the Toyota Supra, which is one of my favorite cars in real life. I've completely buffed it to the point where it's at like 880 horsepower, and I don't even want to drive it because every time I hit the gas a little bit, the thing spins out. It's very, very annoying, and the Forza people really need to fix this in their next game. Number 2, the lack of cars. Now, this is where it kind of contradicts myself, because the DLC is cool, but I'm talking about cars that are already in the game. Like the lack of returning cars from Forza 3 and 4, and the stupid unicorn car deal. Okay, so when I bought Forza Horizon, the unicorn thing, I hate this idea, and I hated it in TDU too, where they take some of the best cars that you can have in the game and they make them where they're almost impossible to achieve. The Celine Raptor, the Pagani Hyra, I hope I'm saying that right, and the Koenigsegg Agera, I hope I'm saying that right as well. These are 3 cars that I was really looking forward to getting, especially the Pagani Hyra. I mean, sorry, not the Pagani Hyra, but the Koenigsegg Agera. Those are those are the 2 I really wanted to get. And when I went in there and saw I couldn't buy them, I gotta admit, I was pretty ticked off about it because I was never warned about it, and when I went into the game, you know, then I go online and read, well, they do these giveaways. Why do I have to do a special giveaway? I bought your video game, and these cars were advertised in the teaser trailers and everything. These cars should be available from the get-go. So now I don't even think I'll be able to ever play with them, and I think that's bullshit. I think that is a shitty tactic by Turn 10, and I think that's really a bad move. As far as returning cars from Forza 3 and 4, I don't understand why there's not the LP640 Murcielago. I don't understand why the Ferrari 512R is a DLC car in this game, but it was a starter car in Forza 3. Very stupid move once again by Turn 10. That just kind of ticks me off. Number 3, broken online glitches, getting out of the map in modes such as Infected. Now this is a big problem, probably the biggest pet peeve of mine in the whole game in a whole. This game has an online mode named Infected. As I said earlier, it's very fun. However, such maps as like Bunker, which is the worst one, everybody gets out of the map and runs away, and they cheat to win. Another one where they do it is Beaumont, I think it's called, where it's like the town, and these people get these little Mini Coopers, and they hide on the other side, and nobody can get to them. This needs to be patched, and I don't see anybody really talking about it being patched. So that's a big problem, and it really takes the fun out of the game, because of course, as usual, people have to be fucking douchebags. Number 4 is an interesting one. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but I don't know, maybe it's just me looking too much at the detail, but you know, I do want details to be good. And it's PS2, PS1 graphics when looking at interior and engine from third person while driving. What I mean by third person is when you're out of the car and you're looking, like you're in chase mode is what they call it in the game, I believe. And if you notice your engine, and if you notice inside of the car, it has horrible graphics. All the graphic detail is gone. And I don't know why, but that's the only game I've ever seen it happen in. And maybe they did it because they have this open world and it was just maybe too much for the game to handle with all the detail. But when you go into third-person mode, the interior of the car and the engine lose all its detail and it looks like shit. I don't know why, but it bothers the fuck out of me. Number 5 is the final one, unable to use car functions such as using the blinkers, putting the top up and down on convertibles, and controlling the lights on your own without having to wait for it to become night to actually turn your headlights and tail lights on. Now, and using your horn. The fact that you can't even honk in this game unless I'm missing something is completely stupid in my opinion. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, this is for racing. Yeah, I know it's a racing game, but when I'm playing free roam, I like the realism, and that's what really sold me and kept me addicted for a long time to Test Drive Unlimited 1 and then Test Drive Unlimited 2. Especially 2, because they went all out. They're like, you know what, let's make it an open world game, let's put 2 islands in there, and let's also include, let's also include the ability, to turn your lights on and off when you want. Actually, I don't know if you could turn them on and off, but you could at least use your blinker. You could put your rag top up and down. You can make the hard top disappear and reappear. It was cool to be able to have that controllability. And unfortunately, it's just something in Forza Horizon that is missing. And I don't know if they're planning on a patch or what, but if they do patch it, cool, but I don't think they will. And unfortunately, to me, it feels like there's something missing there. So guys, that's about it for this review. Definitely way longer of a video than I thought it was going to be, but that's about it. You can pick up Forza Horizon if you want. Hope you guys enjoyed my review. From a scale of 1 to 5, this game definitely receives a solid 4 out of 5 from me. The reason I'm not giving it a 5, I actually didn't really want to give it a 4. I wanted to kind of more do it a 3.5 above average. But the reason I gave it a 4 is because the replayability of this game is very high. You definitely get your money's worth, and that's what really sold me on the game and makes me give it a thumbs up. So 4 out of 5, which means it's better than your average game, but it's not excellent. It's a really good game. The reason I do it a 4 out of 5 is because it wasn't as free as Test Drive Unlimited 2. Now the reason I compare it to that, and don't get all fanboy on me, but the reason I compare it to Atari and Eden's for Test Drive Unlimited 2 is because that's who they're competing with. It's a fact. Because before Forza Horizon, Test Drive Unlimited 2 was the only of its kind. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. That's about it. So I recommend 2 thumbs up. Peace.